मैं जिंदगी का साथ निभाता चला गया, हर फिक्र को धुएं में उड़ाता चला गया. The hero is in every frame. He's singing, he's dancing, he's doing action
Yeah.
because nobody wants to see you. The movie comes a cropper. It's like a huge disaster.
नमस्कार, आदाब, हीरा मंडी के जुल्फिकार साहब, कैसे हैं आप?
बस खैरियत है, रब की मेहरबानी है और आप लोगों की मेहरबानी है कि बस जिंदा है और बातें कर रहे
तो सर, हीरा मंडी की चर्चा चारों ओर है, लेकिन सबसे ज्यादा बात अगर हो रही है ना, तो वो है फादर सन डुओ की. एंड
हैं. जी.
माइंड ब्लोइंग परफॉर्मेंस इज द राइट वर्ड टू बी यूज्ड हियर. सो हाउ वाज
थैंक
योर
यू.
फर्स्ट डे ऑन द सेट लाइक?
Beautiful. मतलब we are all earnestly looking forward to be there. You know, once you are told that you're going to be part of Mr. Bansali's venture and his world and his beautiful world that you have been acquainted with over the years, you don't want to waste any time thinking about it. You need to be on the set. And uh, the good part and also the frustrating part that Adyan got his job first, his role first, and so he went on
Yeah.
the search first, and he would come and narrate stories of how beautiful it is to work with him. I said, "Damn it!" My wife said, "Why didn't you get it? Are you any less of an actor?" I said, "No, I don't know. I'm just unfortunate. It's unfortunate."
Hmm.
And we were talking about it happened. The phone rang and it was from him, from his office. And then I was offered a role and, the one opposite Manisha, and it's a pivotal role. And I said, wow, now this is something that I'm going to have loads of fun. And so first day, as I said, when the character sketch was done and we had gone through this look test, etc., everything, trying out
Hmm.
costumes, and I had already become Zulfikar much before in my head. I went on the set. I knew exactly where Zulfikar was coming from and how Zulfikar was going to be.
Hmm.
His demeanor, the way he'll walk, the way he'll sit, his hairstyle, his makeup, his mustache, and all of that.
Wow.
So very thrilled. And when you walk into the sets,
Hmm.
which is something that you get in your dreams. It's not something that you see in the real world. And I haven't seen a set as big as this. It was humongous and so
Wow.
beautifully detailed and beautifully lit. By the time you have donned your costume, you walked in the set, you have become the part. You
Yeah.
have become the part.
Same.
And then, of course, everything else is a bonus because Mr. Bansali is there, he's telling you about the character, and then you get into
Hmm.
it, you're about to do the scene, he says, stop. I said, what happened? Change the scene. Let's change the lines. That's what the
Oh.
fun is all about. And so you just
Wow.
just change everything. And so all actors who are really dependent on their lines will go for a toss. But then being a theater actor, I can quickly adapt myself and yeah, it's fun. And I said, you would like to do it like this? Well, the famous carriage scene where, this drunk and he's, on the job and he's, doing a sexual act on midair on the other side.
Yeah.
And he thought of it at the last moment and he came up with this interpretation and he said, would you like to hear my interpretation? It's very bizarre.
Hmm.
It's very wicked, but would you? I said, yeah, yeah. I mean, he said, I was laughing my guts out. And he said, look, you have the liberty to say no if you're not coming. I said, no, 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 not at all. It's so funny. It's so beautiful. It's full of pain and pathos, and yet, and it's beautiful.
So I want to know that what was Alka ji's reaction after watching हीरा मंडी? अपने दोनों हीरो को एक साथ देख के उन्होंने क्या रिएक्ट किया?
She hasn't stopped smiling and she was almost like crying with joy. She waited for so long. And I think it's both for us, for her husband, for her son, and said, she used to often say that, the industry has not given your due. I mean, you deserve so much more. And for Adyan as
Hmm.
well, when would you get your kind of work? And when this happened, this was like double whammy. It was like, oh my God, both of you in the same venture and the kind of praises that were coming our way, and she couldn't be happier. She's so happy, so happy. I mean, it's been what about more than 2 weeks now. The compliments and the bouquets haven't ended, have stopped coming,
Uh,
and her joy knows no bounds. I mean, and it's so good to see her smiling. It's so good to see Adhan so happy. After a long time, he's got his due. Of course, I've done a lot of work, but to see him suffer because of many reasons. We'll not get into
hmm.
that. But the fact is that he deserved a lot more after Raj and Just and Heartless and all the movies that he did.
Hmm.
But finally, better late than never, they say. But it's come at a time when the world needed good cinema, when Indian industry was like floundering and falling all over the place, and there is this new ray of hope in the name of Hira
Yeah.
Mandi and Bansali Saab. So it's a jubilant feeling for all of us.
So now we have few जनता के सवाल. Janta really wants to ask you few questions और आप उन्हें answer करेंगे. So the first
हाँ,
question from Janta is, we have seen हीरा मंडी beauties, उनको वो भी छा गई हैं social media पर and Netflix पर and
हाँ,
everywhere. But
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल.
personally आपको किसकी performance ने impress किया?
देखिए
You have to name only
वो
one.
I have to name only one. Oh, that's because when it becomes unfair to the other people, but they don't have all similar roles. They have
Yeah.
different kind of roles, and all of them have left an indelible mark. So, but yeah, it is unfair. But I would still say because the central role, matriarchal head, which was Malika Jan, and Manisha obviously walks away with all the honors. Yeah, she was very good, the best.
Okay. And how were things on the set? I mean, you have mentioned somewhere that वो आपने scene single take में किया था. And there are
Thank
हीरा
you.
मंडी beauties, they are mentioning कि उनको 16 से 17, even 99 takes लग गए थे कुछ
I
scenes
know,
में.
I know, Richa Chadha. They're all very professional actors. कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. When you have to give 90 takes, 100 takes, 150, it's all for you. It's for the betterment of one's role and for the movie or the series that you are making. So nobody minds. Of course, I got lucky because this was a very difficult scene and it had to be done in one take. Otherwise, it would have taken the whole day long because either you get these things right in the first take or it never happens and
Yeah.
then it starts going a little south. So that you have
Hmm.
to concentrate and with all your might, you have to just go for it and just hope that it turns out right. So when it does, there's so much joy in that. And yeah, this first take was just it was just right. And
Wow.
Bansali Saab kept clapping, saying magnificent. So that was it. What more do you want? Bansali Saab praising you.
True. So cameos or special appearances leave a very strong impact, they say. In fact, you've seen Bobby Deol in Animal. So do you also agree with this? And also larger than life of a character you had in this series, Heera Mandi. But actor के लिए screen time कितना ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है for you?
नहीं
The
जरूर
fans
नहीं
want to know
जरूर
about that.
बिल्कुल जरूरी नहीं वही तो वी हैव कम टू एन era where we have realized it's the impact of the role. So many times I'm saying it's not the length but the strength of the role. That
Yeah.
Bobby is the biggest example of that. I'll tell you other examples which I have been citing elsewhere. There are movies out of 100, 90, 99 of just flopping and falling like nine pins. The hero is in every frame. He's singing, he's dancing, he's doing action
Yeah.
sequence. Nobody wants to see you. The movie comes a cropper. It's like a huge disaster. So how does it matter? You are there in every frame. As against a Bobby Deol who comes to the last few frames of the film, doesn't even have a dialogue, and he walks away with the honors. Now, which is more acceptable? Which is more exciting? This or that?
Hmm.
So it's not never the length. It is the impact that you're making. As I said that I just said in another interview that in Diwar, Bachchan Sahib had an author back role. Author back. Every line that he said about हाँ मैं sign करूंगा अकेले sign नहीं करूंगा या फेंके हुए पैसे आज मैं आज भी नहीं उठाता या आज खुश तो बहुत हो गए तुम. All that he said. And Shashi
Hmm.
Kapoor, who also had a role but not so important and not so author backed as Mr. Bachchan, gets one scene to perform and he walks away with the entire honors. Just 4 words. क्या है तुम्हारे पास? मेरे पास माँ है. Becomes
Yeah.
historical, iconic. One
Iconic.
line. So you can make out that it is just the impact that you're having as an actor. It could be a one scene, it could be two, three. And these are not cameos. Like ours is not a cameo role. I had like four full-fledged
Yeah.
scenes. I mean, like out of the 8 episodes, I'm four. And then I had like not one, but two roles. So, but then, of course, in terms of footage, because as I said, that primarily, quintessentially, it's a story of the Tawairs. They have to be given more footage,
Hmm.
but no
True.
complaints because, these are very, very important, significant, pivotal characters. Even when they are not there on the screen, they are being talked about.
Yeah. So now,
Yeah.
fans, they can totally see that you are a fitness freak. तो फैंस ये पूछ रहे हैं कि
Yes.
कितने पैक एब्स हैं आपके एंड हाउ पर्टिकुलर यू आर
Well,
अबाउट फिटनेस.
या कुछ नवाब साहब के पैक्स हो सकते हैं क्या? उनके तो पैक्स होते हैं. बहरहाल, yes, I work like a maniac in the gym. I do from 4 to 6 hours a day, and there are many facts that I will show when the time comes, when the role comes. There's no point just flaunting all your qualities and all your achievements in just one frame, because then there is no surprise. So give me a
Yeah.
role that just ask me to show my facts, and I will show it and show it how. So yeah, but fitness is an integral part of my life. But fitness with health, I combine both together. So many times people are physically fit, but internally they are not so healthy. So it is a very holistic approach to fitness. And when you say that the inner fitness, it also includes your mental fitness,
Mental health.
which is all about staying happy. The happy is a habit that you have to. Happiness is a habit that you have to cultivate. You have to exercise. There is a gym for happiness. You have to visit that gym and exercise for happiness. So all of that, when you do, you are in a happy space. When you're in a happy space as an actor or any other professional, you are able to give your optimum, you give your best. It's
And
a
you glow
it's
different, just as you.
yes, yes, somewhat, yes, right.
तो लोग कह रहे हैं कि अध्ययन के डैड नहीं बल्कि आप बड़े भाई लगते हो. यू आर अ प्राउड फादर एंड ही इज अ प्राउड सन टू. बट आज के
Yes,
टाइम पे पॉपुलैरिटी ओवर टैलेंट पर तवज्जो दिया जा रहा है. सो व्हाट्स योर टेक ऑन दिस?
it's unfortunate, very, very unfortunate. हम सोशल मीडिया के जमाने में आ गए हैं जहाँ रील्स एंड मीम्स एंड just your designer clothes, your makeup, your hair, all that matters. And what about talent? What about talent? Nobody's interested. Why not? In movies, that you got to see that mediocrity rules. It's very unfortunate. The talented people are taking a back seat. But time is coming now where people, I think, with the advent of OTT, people are slowly realizing that all this edifice of all these big heroines, so-called, very archetypal characters are not their cup of tea, and they want real characters. They want real performances, and that's why the lot of natural actors are coming to the forefront. You will see, I
Hmm.
don't know their names, but when they come, they leave a mark, and you appreciate them and say, who is that guy and who's that person? So people are slowly, gradually moving towards that. And with Bansali Saab's ensemble cast, where there are 20 of them, there are about 6 of them and 4 of us. But apart from that, the characters of Satto Patto, you have Faridaji character, and a
We
lot of
have
them.
Ustad ji.
You have, yeah, all of them. So yeah, I think Mr. Bansali has proved once again that it is ultimately the talent that counts and nothing else. You can have the greatest sets, you can have the best costume, the best jewelry, but if the talent is not there to support it, then all of this will fall. And he's got
Very well
the
said.
best ensemble ever. So we are really thankful to him for having entrusted us with this responsibility, and I hope that we were able to deliver that.
Yeah. So, Aditi Rao ki that Gamini walk is going viral. Your that daring scene is going viral. But Sharmin ko backlash ka samna karna pada.
Yeah.
You might have seen those things. And Richa
I
Chadda expressed concern regarding the meme culture on social media. So, what's your take on that?
think a bit of fun here and there is fine, but you can't be so harsh that you would destroy a person completely.
Hmm.
Now, to be so harsh on that young girl is not fair. I think she has done a very good job. It was her character which was introverted, which spoke less, expressed less, and kept the angst and the pain and the torment within. And I think
Yeah.
she's done a wonderful job. It's just that people are used to a certain school of acting, a certain kind of acting. So they think that if you are not expressing or contorting your face or making faces, you are not acting. But acting is not about that. Acting is just conveying the pain or happiness or whatever through your eyes, or just even keeping silent. You think Mr. Bansali would have just let Sharmin get away without being good or without delivering? So I think it's very unfortunate, this culture of just attacking. There's so many people. It's like the wolves
Hmm.
attacking a helpless deer. It's like that. I feel Sharman, similarly, I envisage that poor thing. She's a very helpless deer, and all the wolves are attacking her.
Yeah.
Memes and stuff like that, it should be done in a healthy way. And I repeat that according to me, she has done full justice to the character. And if she didn't work, the show wouldn't have worked, because she's center stage, and somewhere that
Hmm.
of course there are differences of opinion and stuff like that, and everybody is entitled to their opinion, and some are entitled to their ridiculous opinion, but that's another story. But I think
Yeah.
all of them have done justice to their roles.
So आपकी फर्स्ट फिल्म उत्सव रेखा जी के साथ थी एंड द फन फैक्ट हियर इज दैट हीरा मंडी वाज ऑफर्ड टू हर एज पर रिपोर्ट्स सो आज
I
भी
know.
जब भी वो इवेंट पर जाती हैं इट्स ऑल ग्रेस हाउ ग्रेसफुली शी कैरीज हरसेल्फ लाइक एवरग्रीन ब्यूटी तो
Yes.
आप भी आई मीन यू वर्कड विद हर एंड उनके साथ
Yeah,
ऐसे
yeah.
आपने काफी टाइम स्पेंड किया होगा तो ऐसी कोई चीज उनके
Yes.
बारे में व्हिच यू रिमेंबर यू वांट टू शेयर
There's a lot of things that I want to share about her. First, she is a professional, a thorough professional. When she's in the sense, it's just a role and nothing else. It's just a performance, and she is helping everyone around her. All the characters are there. She would help them in some way or the other. The second thing is, she's very fun loving on the set. She's always doing some masti madhak, and she's a great mimic. So she copies Mumtaz so well. No, I haven't seen anybody. I haven't seen anyone copy Mumtaz ji so well. And so and she's a couple of other actresses also. I think Meena Kumari, but I have seen her do Mumtaz, and yeah, and I think she's very worked very hard on her craft. I think from she came from the south, but to get this right diction in Hindi, the hoarseness in her voice, the inflections, the tonality, the diction. I think she's worked very, very hard. She's the one who changed the 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 definition of glamour, and then she changed the style of makeup when she came, and she
Yeah.
created a revolution. And such a fantastic, intuitive dancer. And Umrao Jan is one of the most memorable films of her. And all the rest of the films also, even in lighter scenes, she's so good, like in Mr. Natwarlal. So lots to talk about her. And the good thing is that I met her after so long in Heeramandi. And if that had happened, that she had played Malika Jan, then I would still be with her as Zulfikar. So
Wow.
in Utsav, I was in love with the courtesan. That courtesan becomes Malika Jan and remains a courtesan. And I become from one Brahmin to this notorious Nawab who
Wow.
comes and who's still in love with her. Yeah. So yeah, I met her, and then she met Adhyan. She blessed him, and she told me, because I was very, very young when I was cast opposite her. I'm younger than her, much younger. So she said, "You were a little baby when you came on the sets of Utsav. This baby had another baby who's Adhyan. That this baby has grown now, and what a performance he has given." So I think that was so beautifully put.
वाओ दैट्स सो ग्रेट गाने से पहले एक डिमांड है फैंस की एंड आपको पूरी करनी पड़ेगी प्लीज
कर दो,
हम आपकी
कर दूंगा।
मैजिकल वॉइस में एक थोड़ा सा गीत सुनना चाहेंगे आपका फेवरेट
भाई
कोई
गीत क्या है, मेरी जिंदगी की फिलोसफी ही है, और इट सम्स अप माय एंटायर लाइफ, एंड दैट्स व्हाट आई बिलीव इन। और साहिर साहब का गाना है वो, हम दोनों का, और उसको मैं गुनगुना देता हूँ। हम्म, हम्म, मैं जिंदगी का साथ निभाता चला गया, मैं जिंदगी का साथ निभाता चला गया, हर फिक्र को धुएं में उड़ाता चला गया, जो मिल गया उसी को मुकद्दर समझ लिया, जो मिल गया उसी को मुकद्दर समझ लिया, मुकद्दर समझ लिया, मुकद्दर समझ लिया, जो खो गया मैं उसको भुलाता चला गया, मैं जिंदगी का साथ निभाता चला गया,
वाह
बर्बादियों का सोग मनाना फजूल था, बर्बादियों का शौक मनाना फजूल था, मनाना फजूल था, मनाना फजूल था। बर्बादियों का जश्न मनाता चला गया, मैं जिंदगी का साथ निभाता चला गया, हर
हाँ।
फिक्र को धुएं में उड़ा